Now that we have the model in a pose that we really like, we can start to set up our turntable. So the first thing I want to change, I like the lighting on the character, but the environment is a little bit distracting. And so in Keyshot we have this option where we can hide the environment and just put flat color or literally anything we want behind the image. And so I'm going to go to black for the background. And as you can see, you have any color you can actually put here. It could be pink, it could be bright red, but for this image I'd like to go with just black. Keep it very simple because I just want to show off the creature at this point. I don't really want anything to distract from that. So in order to create an animation, we're just going to go down to the animation button here, and we're going to pull up the animation wizard. This is a simple little tab here. We can choose what type of animation we want our model to go through, whether it's a turntable, a transition. It also has these wonderful little examples of what the animation will essentially do. We're going to go with turntable and just hit next. I'm going to make sure that it applies the turntable to our models all at the same time, so we're going to make sure that that's highlighted. Hit next. And let's go through this. It's going to be 360 degrees. The center of the rotation will be the model, and the direction will be clockwise. That seems about right to me. And this will be just for a fast 5-second animation. Go to finish. Okay. So here you can see that the new turntable has been added, and we're just going to put that over here for now. Now what a turntable is essentially is 125 frames that are going to be captured and rendered and then played in order, and that's going to be our animation. Just like any other traditional animation, it's going to be 125 renders played in succession. Here we're going to choose the size of our render. I'm just going to work with the largest preset, 1920 by 1080 at 200 dpi. We can go a little higher, but for the sake of time, let's go a little lower just to do it a bit more quickly. So we're going to go in here and let's check out the animation. Now at this point what you want to do is you want to decide where you are going to be saving your video output and your frames output. You can go and click this button and save it directly to the desktop, which is probably the easiest thing to do, and select choose. And you can also hold on to your frames if you check this box, and also if you want you can save that to the desktop as well. But remember, wherever you save your frames, it's going to be about 125 frames saved to your desktop, so that could get a bit crowded. So I'm just going to turn that off for now. Alright, so now we're set up. Now when we're ready to do our turntable, we're just going to hit render, and you might want to do a quick preview of your turntable before committing to the time it takes to capture 125 renders of this image. Now remember, when working with a translucent material, it will take Keyshot a lot longer to render each frame as opposed to if it was rendering a metallic surface. So let's try and just do a fast little preview. So by hitting this little eyeball icon, we're able to do a preview, and it's just going to show us what our turntable will look like. So I sped this up a little bit. Even the preview takes a long time with regards to rendering human skin. So this took about 20 minutes. Alright, so our preview is now ready. I'm going to hit play, and that looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I like the mood, I like the lighting, the creature is well featured, and you can even see some of the water in the rocks that I set up earlier. So I'm going to render this movie. Let's get out of here. And I'm going to hit render now. Now in my render options, I'm all ready to start rendering my final rock grubber turnaround. So we're just going to hit render. And yes. So here's my render window. As you can see, it is starting to render my model. It opens up very pixelated, and these pixels start to disappear, and you can see fully rendered sections of the model. This will be frame 0 of 124. This is currently going to be saving to my desktop, and will take a while to render out 124 frames. So I'm just going to skip ahead and show the final turntable. So here's the final turntable. This took about 2 days to render on my iMac. If you have access to a render farm, it can be a lot faster. But I recommend that all concept artists have more than one computer so that they can do things like render turntables while continuing to work.